Hey, what's up guys? As promised on my previous video, I'm going to do my Des Moines build. If you've not seen the previous video, then go and check it out. It is quite interesting. So like I said, this is my build. It works for me. I have tried different types of builds on this, but I just find this one's the best for my play style, and that's what it's all about really. It's about building your ship up for your play style, and sometimes my play style isn't necessarily somebody else's, but vice versa. So let's crack on, and we will go and start with the modules. And first of all, I just run premium everything, just due to the fact it's a tier 10 really. In order, I'll possibly do damage control and repair party, and then I'd do the radar surveillance, and then possibly the defensive fire really. Only due to the fact, how many carriers do you come up against really? Maybe 2 out of 10 games, possibly 3. And if you do come up against a CV, I don't think the CV is going to target you straight away, especially with how powerful the AA is on this ship. So that's possibly the route that I will go and the order that I will go. And moving on to the upgrades, I've gone main battery mod 1 just to keep your main battery guns alive and things like that. More survivability is always good. Now on this one, I have the surveillance radar, which gives me 40% to the action time of my radar. So I think it's about 56 seconds, I think. But if you don't have one, then possibly go damage control on that one. On the third slot, go your AA. Your dispersion's actually pretty good at this, even when you're firing at long range, which we'll get to in a minute. But certainly go your AA, push your AA range out as much as you can. Create a bubble for yourself, and most importantly for your team as well. Get that AA bubble going. Another good tip for you is sometimes what I do is I actually turn off my AA, and then I let the planes come to me, and then when they're within about 5.5–6 kilometres, put your AA back on, lock onto them, defensive fire, and they will just disappear, because they will have 2 kilometres to get out of your AA bubble, which we'll get to in a minute. I'll get to all my AA things in a minute. So yeah, so do the AA, and then I go steering gears. I won't really go any more really other than steering gears. Possibly maybe damage control, maybe, you know, just to do your fires, but your damage control comes back online, you know, pretty quickly anyway. And then do your concealment. There's no need to take any of the others, just do concealment. Now with this one, I've gone gunfire control, just to add more range. Now my range on my Des Moines is 18.4. Now if you didn't have that, it'll be a lot less. It'll be around about 16, I bet, something like that, which to me is just a little bit too close really. They are floaty shells, but once you get used to them, you actually alright. I learnt a lot in my Cleveland by shooting these like type of shells, you know, the floaty shells. But yeah, get your range further, load HE and start hitting battleships, especially things like Yamatos and Kurfürsts and things like that, and just be that annoying HE spammer. The HE on the Des Moines is actually really good, so don't underestimate it. Use it when you can. The AP is fantastic, but don't underestimate your HE as well. If you are a very confident player, then maybe go for main battery mod 3, but you will be in that 14–15 kilometre range of like Yamatos and things like that, and they can overmatch your bow, don't forget. So me personally, I would go gunfire control mod 2. I wouldn't necessarily go AA really. That's a bit overkill, to be honest with you. And it's not really worth it because your AA is fine as it is. So yeah, that's the upgrades. Now let's move on to the captain skills. Now then, with this being a specialised captain, it used to be the Steven Seagal, but they've changed the name now to John Doe. So what I've done is in order, so your first 10 points, possibly, if you haven't got John Doe, this I will go Priority Target, Adrenaline Rush. I will do the Fire Chance, do Demolition Expert, and Concealment. There is a great shout for Superintendent. The only reason why I do not go Superintendent is this. If you go Superintendent, right, you have got 4 radars, 4 heals, and 5 defensive fires. Right? Are you actually going to really use all of them in a match? It is very, very rare that I will use all them in a match. It's very rare that I will use 4 heals and 4 radars in a match, just due to the length of the match. It's 20 minutes long. If it's 4, you're not going to be using a radar every 5 minutes. So that's my reasoning behind it. I have gone premium, that's why I went premium on these, so they are down to 3. You know, it takes you a couple of minutes to get into a battle. It'll take you another 3 minutes to actually take any significant damage where, you know, you feel like that you have to use your repair party, unless you're showing broadside and you get smacked from somewhere. So yeah, so that is why I've not actually gone Superintendent. And then possibly, so that's your first 10 points, your Priority Target, Adrenaline Rush, Demolition Expert, and Concealment. My first 10 points, because it's Specialised Captain, I actually went with Expert Marksman, only because, again, as you know through my previous video, I like to go DD hunting, and this absolutely wrecks DDs when you catch them off guard, which is why I went Expert Marksman. And plus it's Specialised Captain, so I get an extra bonus on the traverse of my guns anyway. And then for your next points, I'd say go AFT, just to push your AA defence out. Now, like I said previously, your AA is really good. You are creating an AA bubble, not just around yourself, but also around the ships that are around you. So push your AA, get AFT, because it pushes it out to 7.2 kilometers. Not only that, but they go out 7.2 kilometers, and the DPS is 335 at 7.2. So like I said, press P, turn them off, let him come to you, because there's not many CV players out there that'll press Z to check how far the planes are away from you. What they will look at is the icons at the bottom and see if they're flashing. So turn your AA off, let them come forward towards you or around you, or even if they're not coming for you, even if you're screening one of your own ships, turn them off. And then what you do is you wait until he comes within about 6 kilometers, 5.5 kilometers, turn your AA on, defensive fire, lock onto his planes, and they will melt, and it will give him about 2 kilometers to try and get out, in which case you will just shred his planes. Do I do it all the time? No, I don't, not really. You know, things like certainly if you've got a tier 8 carrier in there, I possibly wouldn't do that really. You know, only because I know that, you know, it'll just shred them anyway at 7.2. It is a viable thing what you can do, you know, if you can get into it. But do I do it all the time? Absolutely not. So that's your AFT, and then your next points, that's 14. I would go with me personally, I went with Vigilance as well, only because I like to attack DDs and things like that. So I want the quicker, I want the acquisition time of torps, so I know when they're coming. And then for my last 2 points, I went preventive maintenance and expert loader. But that's only because I've got a specialised captain in it. Possibly I would maybe go, and then possibly like adrenaline rush, maybe do that. You could always go superintendent. Me personally, I don't, only because it's very rare that I actually use all of my heals, even when I've got 3 of them. So that's roughly about it, really. Is there any others? Not really. I won't really bother going manual AA. That's just overkill. BFT, no. Like I said, do the build for your play style, and this is my play style. I like to, catch DDs off guard, and I like to shoot at them, which is why I've put the plus 40% to the surveillance radar. And then when the surveillance radar runs out, it's very rare that they actually escape. But if they do, or if I've got another destroyer at the side of me that has tried to taunt me, I've got my vigilance there, just as a backup, just to give me a bit more warning, really. So that's my captain build, my 19-point captain. Let's go on to exteriors. As for exteriors, pick your camouflage, whichever you want. Me personally, I always get my premium camo, just due to the fact it's minus 50% to the cost, because it can get quite expensive, especially when you're running premium consumables and things like that. It is worth it. I've got them on pretty much all of my tier 10s. And it just lets me play tier 10s until my heart's content, really. I can just keep playing them without the fear of losing money, unless I get deleted pretty much straight away. But yeah, choose your camo. As for the flags, I could take them off. So yeah, I'd go the Victor Lima for fire chance and the X-ray for fire chance. Give you a bit more speed as well. Maybe do detonation, because you don't want to be detonated straight away in one shot, especially if a Yamato comes, because it just ruins your game. And then pick your economic flags or your special flags, or whichever ones you want. Me personally, the commander ones I normally just take off until it gets to 100% or 200% or something like that. And then as for your flags, just choose whichever flag. I'll do my -5 on that for ranked, which I'm actually working through at the minute. Quite enjoying ranked. And then that's basically it. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I've given you a bit of food for thought. And if there are any other ships that you would like me to do, and I have got them, I've pretty much got most ships, really. There are a few that I haven't. But yeah, as you can see, I've got like quite a lot of them. The Japanese, I haven't gone down the cruiser line yet of the Japanese. But yeah, I've got pretty much most of them. So if there are any ships that you would like me to do a build on, please leave a comment below. And if you like this video, hit the like. If not, dislike it, but leave a comment as well, please. It is very much appreciated, and I will see you in the next one.